Good morning from Thailand. Nakhon Ratchasima. I forgot how to say the second part. It's still early. It's actually not very early. It's my body thinks it's 3 p.m. And so right now it's about 6. Let's see, what time is it? It is it's 6:44. So sun rises at about 6. And so what I want to do is I want to walk around the property a little bit. Malia made the mistake of saying, oh yeah, and by the way, this house over here is for sale. So this is her house, which is really quite spectacular. And there's the bathroom on the second side. I need to figure out, just because of my own interest, I need to figure out how the water is pumped. Because it's pretty good flow, but I'm curious what happens when the water level in that tank gets below the entry level of those blue pipes. So that'll be engineeringly interesting. And then, so naturally I believe that or that over there are the two towers that we get our cell service from. And so, as you can imagine, I'm pretty friggin' psyched for the line of sight. And then I need to figure out which of these roosters. Now the problem, she's saying the word "my," which basically means no, which is potentially telling this kid to not walk in the land, which I don't get around here. I think everyone should be able to walk around wherever they want, which is pretty awesome. I'm saddened that my experience here with the children is that it was the way that I grew up, meaning that you could basically ride your bikes all over the place, wherever you wanted, and hang out with your buddies all night long and play in the dirt. And your parents wouldn't, let's see if he waves back. No, it doesn't look like he's going to. He's like, why is there a white guy in a farm? Anyway, it's total safety. Like, the parents aren't sitting there in their SUVs drinking a $5 coffee as the kids get ready to go to school. So, while there's something to be said for modern conveniences, I think there's also something to be said for the way I grew up as well as the way that it was before I grew up. And I would submit that I'm actually not deep in the middle of, like, nowhere, because, well, sadly, there's no buffalo, and those apparently are everywhere. So anyway, so we're going to take a little bit of a walk down here, and I don't know if you can see me right now with the sun in the background. I'm probably just a silhouette, but I'm an attractive one nonetheless. You probably see a few pictures that were posted on Facebook by Malie and some of her friends about this ceremony that we did yesterday over at the Buddhist temple. Which is almost redundant. It's like, what other kind of temples are there in Thailand, Mike? So I'm going to take a little bit of a walk here down this road. And here's the coolest thing about the view that you have right now. This is the farthest picture I could find on Google Maps. Or maybe technically it's called Google Earth. So what I'm hoping to do, I honestly don't know how to submit photos to Google Earth for, like, where I am. So I need to research that and figure that out, because I definitely want to be able to, you know, when you drag the little guy onto Google Maps, and then you can see around. So this guy probably is responsible for waking me up this morning. So naturally I'm going to torture him with my high level of intellect. Because, of course, that will stop him from doing it tomorrow morning. So anyway, yeah, so this is the shot that you can get if you go to that link that I've shared before, bit.ly/Malie House. And so that's pretty cool. It basically is pretty much from, like, actually, I think it's a little further back. It might even be from this house, which Malie tells me is for sale, which I would submit was probably built by a Farang. But maybe not. Who knows? There he is. There's the culprit. What I will say is I really like how in front of some houses they have, like the, how they have, like, the sort of Buddhist thing, which is pretty cool. So I'm either going to have a great, really fun walk this morning, or I'm going to get attacked by dogs. Now that's an interesting, I don't really know what that's about. So it'll be interesting to find out what's going on there. And these guys look pretty excited. I'm going to go with I'm higher on the food chain, and they probably aren't going to attack me, but maybe they are. Who knows? But I don't know the... Hey! Hi! Oh, wow, these guys are like, they're puppies. And they don't know what to think of me. They have no clue who I am. So again, this is, I assume that's a chicken coop up top. And then they put the roosters underneath so they don't bang all the chicks. Maybe that's what I needed. So this is really interesting. Here's actually what I refer to as a fairly common sight. Is you see a house that you might judge as being in bad shape, and then if you can see right there, there is a brand new truck, which is pretty awesome. These houses are really cool, dude. I'm digging those. It's kind of neat. And then, Saudi crop. Hi. Oh my God, she's so lovely. I'm sorry that she just dropped whatever she had in her hand. I hope it wasn't her cell phone. There's also a really cool thing about the level of due, quite frankly, respect that people have for their elders around here. And that's kind of neat to watch. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going to walk this morning, but I definitely wanted to go for a little bit of walk. Now, down this street and to the right is where Malie's friends live. And so we were hanging out with them last night, just chilling out. And it was an interesting sort of thing to watch. The neat part is, I'll tell you what, man, some of these houses are like really awesome. And not how you might think I would describe the word awesome as far as, oh my God, look at that house in Coronado, it's awesome. So, oh, wow. Okay, there's a really cool fountain over here. We're going to have to check that out. Saudi crop? And then, huh? Yeah, right? So here's my buddy. Say hi. This is fantastic. So, oh, they're waiting for school. Cool. Oh, wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Surai? Right? So oh, wow. You make?
Nam tuk.
Nam tok.
Nam tuk.
Nam tok. Nam water, right? And then tok is tok. Okay. Fountain?
Nam pung.
Nam pu. Okay. I don't know. Nam pu. Okay, got it.
ภาษาไทยน้ำพุ่ง
ภาษาไทย okay. ภาษาอังกฤษ fountain.
ฮะ
ภาษาอังกฤษ fountain.
3 เซน
Fountain.
3 เซน
Fountain. F.
3
Foul. Fountain.
3 เซน
Yes. All right, so I'm going to walk down here for a little bit, and that is a pretty spectacular fountain. And, and I think even the dogs are like, so, did he fall into a big pile of bleach? But it's pretty interesting. You know, it's funny. So I met another guy last night who is from Sweden. He's been here 20 years. Not necessarily in this area for 20 years. I think he said he's been in this area 4 years. And so here's what I question. There's a lot of these houses that look like this, and that's what I walked by before. So they have like the kind of the concrete base and then the wooden top. And I would submit probably that's because they started out as on pillars with a wooden top. And then maybe they built around the bottom for additional housing options. I don't know. It's all part of the discovery. So you know what I also find interesting is that some people will say, oh my God, you're in the middle of nowhere. Man, they have dirt roads there. So I grew up in a town that I've described before in a couple of the others videos, Hingham, Massachusetts, which is arguably probably one of the certainly top 50, if not top 10 affluent communities in Massachusetts. And when I was growing up, there was plenty of roads that were in Hingham that were dirt roads. So it's a pretty neat contrast. I, again, am back to the old, I gotta find a, so let me just show you my favorite kind of graffiti. And, God, I wish I spoke Thai now that I think about it. Those guys were so cool. Now, by the same token, they were probably, trying to potentially get me to buy that big fountain, but why not, right? If you're proud of something and you want someone to buy it, be proud. I don't know if I'm walking into someone's house right now, so I'm going to be kind of quiet, but I just wanted to show you my favorite kind of graffiti here at this house. Right? Now, the thing that is in my mind, being Western, maybe, is that when I walk on this property, there's, a thought that I could be potentially walking on private property, which I suppose all of this is, really. And does that offend people? Does that bother people? Because for all they know, I'm walking around with a gun. No, I'm sure. I know they have. So here's what's funny. I'm joking about that. There's the penetration of digital mobile devices, even in the middle of nowhere, is almost ubiquitous. Most of these people that I have interfaced with have mobile phones. Probably at least 60 to 70% of them have Android, Samsung devices that are not inexpensive. So, okay. So I think this might be the temple, because I remember seeing signs. Signs for temple. So I'm not quite sure if these are the entrance to the temple or not. And I don't know what this sign says down here, but we're going to check it out. I'm actually walking on the left side of the road, which means I'm walking where cars are going to be behind me. So I'll move over so this guy can have room. So that is like the world's most common truck that I've seen. It's what Malie has. First of all, gray. They have a lot of gray cars here, which I don't blame them. It's easy to keep clean. But the Toyota Hilux. Oh, yeah. Temple. Absolutely. So this is cool. I tell you, one thing that all good temples seem to have, big PA system. Big PA. So I'm going to zoom in on this, and what I will ask of those of you that can read Thai is that in the comments, you will post what this says. And actually, I'm probably going to take a picture of it too and ask Malie what it says, and then maybe put in the bottom what it is.